bent knee is also fairly common. Okay. Shoulder is also fairly common. What have you guys seen that's common in your experience?
I've seen the ankle a couple times.
Oh yeah, I've seen the ankle a whole bunch.
Forearm bending, you're right.
Yeah.
Two more comments.
Okay. So, partner is stabilizing, and so this is going to be a floppy woppy woppy thing when it gets broken. Like, it is not uncommon to have some serious angulation to this break, okay? Before you do any type of movement to try to straighten, if it's like a serious angulation, you have to check pulse, okay? You have to check, can you wiggle your fingers? And you have to check, which finger am I touching? Okay, now, we're talking if this has like a serious angulation. If it's just kind of like a little wavy, no big deal. If it's got like an angulation like that, we want to try once to gently pull traction, gently pull manual traction, meaning you're stabilizing on one end and the other end, and you are trying, so you'd actually be pulling like this, trying to realign it back into anatomical position. If there is any resistance, you stop, okay? There may be a lot of screaming, etc., whatever, but if there is actual physical mechanical resistance, you do not try any further, okay? That is what surgeons are for. Yeah?
If you feel a pulse, do you still do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
because if it is like this, how are we really going to splint that? If there is no pulse, it is even more important that we do that, okay? If it's just floppy woppy, a little wiggly wavy, you don't have to do that, that's fine.
If it's like totally limp, you're saying?
If it's totally off to one side.
If it's literally bent at like a 70-degree angle or something, you've got to try to realign it, because by trying to realign it, you are likely going to be easing a lot of pain and potentially preventing some damage that you may not be detecting. Like, they may still have full function, but there may still be damage being caused, okay? You only try once, and if there's resistance, that's it. You're done. No questions asked.
Wait, so did you pull at each end, or you held one end and pulled on the other?
You hold one, and you really have to hold it, and you're pulling. You're just pulling and trying to move into place, but if you can't pull and move, you're done. You're done. So this is one where you put the splint padded side underneath the arm, and depending on the size, it's got, not quite big enough to use that. It's going to need some padding under here to hold on to so that he can get that nice curvature. And then he needs some padding under his wrist as well. So see how you literally have to look at each patient and figure out how much padding do they need to keep the nice, natural, relaxed curve of their arm. And everybody can just lay your arm on a table and look and see how much padding do I need to get the nice curvature that I normally have. Again, you're going to wrap distal to proximal. You want to make sure that you have lined this up so that the fingers, let me move it slightly. I want the fingers to be just on the end of it so that they're not quite hanging off, so that they aren't curling, i.e. using muscle. So you want them just on the end. And then you just start. Fingertips you want hanging out so that you can assess color, do cap refill, etc. And just like when we did this before, you want to leave a nice little space where you can feel the radial pulse.
Dude.
What's the difference of having fingertips right on the edge as opposed to like an inch back or something like that?
What is that?
It's
man?
It's
by having them up here, it's a more natural position, whereas by having them off, you tend to be activating. By having them do this, they tend to curl. And I mean, if you literally just curl your fingertips a little bit, you can feel activation in your forearm. This is what's broken. You don't want that.
No, I mean like further back on the board, not right on the edge. Like further back, like that.
Because you're typically not going to use a longer board than this, unless somebody has a really long arm, and you want it to go as far back as possible.
Okay.
So you don't want like a whole bunch of excess space there, because then you don't have a lot of board back here.
Okay.
That's all. And you just wrap until you hit the end of the board / elbow. And tuck. Now in this one, we again do a full sling and swap. Somebody just throw me some that are already out. I keep opening new ones.
Cathcart. Is that the kind of, like, what their arm would look like? And,
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Most of the time, the forearm just becomes like a wavy. It looks really wavy usually, is what I usually see.
Snap City.
And it's so floppy. There's like no stability.
We've seen the photo.
All right. So again, the sling.
Do you know that person?
No. We had it online.
Yeah, I bet that happens a lot.
I was watching this thing
Full sling.
on Army Medicine, and when they were deployed to Afghanistan, and this person was in a blast injury, and all the bones in their arm were broken, like shattered in a bunch of pieces, so their arm was like gelatin.
Like Harry Potter.
Like Harry Potter. That's what I thought.
Harry Potter?
Like how we're on the same wavelength.
It's just crazy. I never seen like because like when the surgeon picked it up, like the arm just like
Full sling and a swap. And notice I'm picking up with the swap the board, and I'm going over right here. Full sling and swap, and you can tie this off.
I dare you, bud.
Questions about this?
no, ma'am.
All right, roll it out.